Powering up. Essential vocabulary for understanding electricity. Let's get started. Electricity is a fundamental part of modern life, powering everything from our homes to industries. But how much do we really know about the terms and concepts behind it? Today, we'll dive into essential vocabulary and practical phrases related to electricity, helping you better understand this invisible force that keeps our world running. Let's explore and learn through examples and engaging conversations. Basic terms. Power outage, a temporary loss of electricity supply in a specific area. Voltage, the measure of electrical potential difference between 2 points. Current, the flow of electric charge through a conductor. Circuit, a closed path through which electricity can flow. Power grid related terms. Power grid, a network that delivers electricity from producers to consumers. Distribution network, the system that distributes electricity from substations to homes and businesses. Substation, a facility that transforms high-voltage electricity into lower voltage for distribution. Electric pole, a tall structure used to support overhead power lines. Energy and power generation. Fossil fuels, natural resources like coal, oil, and gas used to generate energy. Renewable energy, energy from sources like the sun or wind that can be replenished naturally. Power plant, a facility where electricity is generated. Technology and equipment. Switchboard, a device used to distribute electricity within a building. Fuse, a safety device that breaks the circuit if the current is too high. Breaker, an automatic switch that stops electricity flow in a circuit during overloads. Capacitor, a device that stores and releases electrical energy in a circuit. Power outage related phrases. Power failure, a disruption in the normal flow of electricity. Restore power, to bring back electricity after an outage. Backup power, an alternative power source used during outages. Conversation practice. When the lights go out. Hey Jake, glad to see you again. How was your trip? Oh, thanks Oliver. It was an eye-opener to say the least. Really? What happened? Well, while I was there, the country experienced a massive, long-lasting power outage. It was my first time experiencing such a prolonged blackout, and it really made me realize how much we take electricity for granted. A massive power outage. That sounds rough. Why did it last so long? From what I gathered, the country is struggling with resource shortages for power generation. They just don't have enough to meet the demand. Factories were shutting down, and many households couldn't even keep food properly stored. Wow, that's hard to imagine. I had no idea how disruptive a power outage could be. Exactly. And honestly, it directly impacted us too. My company was there to explore expanding into their market, but with the power crisis, it's just not feasible right now. Businesses there are struggling to maintain basic operations, not to mention grow. That's incredible and a little scary. And this wasn't even caused by a natural disaster. It was just resource shortages. Something we could potentially fix. Imagine if it were an uncontrollable disaster, like a snowstorm or an earthquake. Oh God. Yeah, it really makes you appreciate what we have. Stable electricity, functioning systems. We shouldn't take them for granted. You're absolutely right. I mean, we hear about these things, but it's different when someone you know experiences it firsthand. For sure. And speaking of vulnerabilities, I read somewhere that this year there might be a powerful solar storm. If it's strong enough, it could affect power grids worldwide. A solar storm? That sounds like science fiction, but I guess it's very real. Let's hope it doesn't disrupt things too badly. Yeah, fingers crossed. It's a reminder that our modern lives are far more fragile than we'd like to think. Absolutely. We really need to cherish the everyday conveniences we enjoy. Not everyone has that privilege. Couldn't agree more. If this trip taught me anything, it's that normal isn't normal everywhere. Okay, that's all for today's practicing. Hope you enjoy it. Bye for now.